What is Python? Answer: Python was created by Guido van Rossum and released in 1991. It is general-purpose computer programming language. It is high-level, object-oriented language which can run equally on different platforms such as Mac, Linux, Windows, and Unix. It is widely used in data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence domain. It is easy to learn and require less code to develop the application. It is widely used for system scripting, mathematics, web development, software development. If we talk about why Python, why not any other programming language, then we can say that Python has simple syntax similar to English language. Python can be described as a procedural way, an object-oriented ways and a functional ways. Python has simple syntax that allows to developers to write program with fewer lines than other programming language. Python is suitable for different platforms such as Linux, Unix, Mac, Windows. Python runs on an interpreter system, means that they can execute it as soon as it is written.
What can Python do? Answer: Python is used in various software domain. Some application areas are given below. Web and Internet development, games, image processing and graphic design applications, language development, scientific and computational applications, enterprise and business application development, operating system, GUI-based desktop application. Python provides various web frameworks to develop web application. The popular web frameworks are Django, Pyramid, Flask. Python standard library support for email processing, FTM, IMAP and other internet protocols. Python's CPY and NumPy helps in scientific and computational applications development. Python's Tkinter library support for create GUI-based desktop applications. 3. What do you mean by Python indentation? Answer: indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of a code line. Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code, where in other programming language indentation is used for readability only, whereas in Python indentation is very important. For example, we wrote a code using for loop. After colon in new line we need to give at least one space. If we skip the spaces, Python will show an error. We should remember that we have to give same number of spaces in same block of code, otherwise we will get error as well. 4. What is comment in Python? Answer: comments can be used to explain Python code. Comments can be used for make the code more readable. Comment starts with a hash. Python will ignore it. For example, we wrote I am learning Python with hash in beginning of this line, so this is a comment. If we need a multiline comment, then we can insert hash in each line. Also we can write the comment text inside triple quotes, means we can use a multiline string as comment as long as the string is not assigned to a variable. Python will read the code and then ignore it. In this manner we made a multiline comment. 5. What do you mean by Python variables? Answer: variables are container for storing data values. We assign value to variable. For example, we write x is equal to 5. Here we assigned a value 5 to a variable x. Variable do not need to declare it with any particular type. 6. What is rule for variables naming? Answer: A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. B. A variable name can't start with a number. C. A variable name contains alphanumeric characters and underscore. D. Variable name is case sensitive. 7. What is global variable? Answer: variables that are created outside of a function known as global variables. They can be used both either outside or inside of function. If we create a variable inside a function with same name, this variable will be local and can be only used inside of function. The global variable remains as it was with same name and original value. 8. What is use of global keyword? Answer: we can use the global keyword to create a global variable inside a function. We can also use the global keyword to change the value of global variable inside a function. For example, x is equal to John, it is a global variable. Definite my phone. Global x, we used global keyword to change the value of global variable. X is equal to Shilpa, now value of global variable has changed. My phone. Print, I am, x, output will be I am Shilpa. 9. What do you mean by Python data type? Answer: Python has many data type built in by default. We can get the type of any data by using type, function. Text type str. Numeric type, int, float, complex. Sequence type, list, tuple, range. Mapping type, dict. Set type, set, frozen set. Boolean type, bool. Binary type, bytes, byte array, memory view. 10. What do you mean by number in Python? Answer. There are three numeric type data in function. Int or integer is whole number positive or negative without decimal values. Float or floating point data is positive or negative containing one or more decimals. Complex numbers are written with j as the imaginary part. We can convert one data type to another using int, float, complex functions. Rememberable thing is complex number can't be converted into another data type. 11. How to get a random number in Python? Answer. Python has not any random function to get random number, but Python has built-in module called random that can be used to create a random number. Import random. Print random.runRange 110. 12. What do you mean by Python casting? Answer. Meaning of casting is construct a specific data type from another data type. Casting in Python done by using constructor function. Int constructs an integer number from an integer literals, float literals or string literals. Float construct a float number from integer literals, float literals, string literals. Str construct a string from integer literals, float literals, string literals. 13. What is string in Python? Answer. String literals in Python are surrounded by either single quotation or double quotation marks. We can assign a multiline string to a variable using 3 quotation mark. 14. What is slicing in Python? Answer. Some sequence data types are ordered and indexed like string, list, set. We can get a range of characters from this collection by using slicing method. Specify the start index and end index separated by colon to return the specific values. 15. What do you mean by negative index? Answer. Python sequences are accessible to use an index positive or negative. For example, 0 is the first index, 1 is the second, and so on. For negative number, 1 is the last index, 2 is the second last, and so on. Negative index used to slice sequence from last. It is used to transverse the element in reverse order. 16. What is Python string method? Answer. Python has a set of built-in method which can in string. Strip. This method is used to remove any white space at the beginning or the end of the string. Replace. This method is used to replace characters with another characters from string. Split. This method is used to split the string into substring. Upper. Return the string into uppercase. Lower. Return the string into lowercase. 17. What is use of format method? Answer. Generally Python does not allows to combine strings and number, but using of format method we can combine both strings and numbers together. Format method takes unlimited argument and placed into respective placeholder. Placeholder indicated by curly bracket. 18. What do you mean by Booleans? Answer. Booleans represent one of the two value true or false. In programming we often need to know if an expression is true or false. For example, we write an expression 10, 9 in print function, we will get true as output. If we compare two numbers, the expression will be evaluate and Python returns true or false. Bool function allows to evaluate any value and returns true or false. 19. What is operators in Python? Answer. Operators are used to perform operation on operand, means variables and values. There are some group of operators. Arithmetic operators, it is used to perform common mathematics operations. Plus, asterisk, percent, asterisk asterisk. Assignment operation, it is used to assign value to variable. X is equal to, plus is equal to, asterisk is equal to, etc. Relational operator, it is used to compare two values. X is equal to, happy smiley, is equal to. Logical operator and, or, not. Identity operators is not. Membership operators in, not in. Bitwise operators compare binary numbers. And, vertical bar, tilde. 20. What is list in Python? Answer. A list is a collection which is ordered and changeable. In Python, lists are written with square bracket. My list is equal to 12, 13, 65, 89, 56 is example of list. Method of list. To add item in list we can use append method, add the element in the end of the list. Insert method, add the element at specified index. C.remove To use this method we can remove specified index element from the list. D.pop, remove element of specified index or last element. To make empty list we can use clear method. To delete the list completely we can use del keyword. To copy the list we can use copy method. To add two lists together we can use plus operators, append method, extend method.